Hello, I am Wavin. Welcome back to Something Bible Readings, Part 63. We are at Exodus 29, Citation of the Priests. And we are with a Limbus company. Okay, this doesn't work. I threw the Blade Wings on here just for the event bonus. I don't think I needed another. I already had these two. No, 40, 40, 20. Wait, no, that's only 100. 20, no, yeah, 120. So with the full team, I'll explain it after this one. This is just the EXO sanity up for these units that will be on the bench just for checks in the future. Alright, so this is a ceremony you must follow when you consecrate Aaron and his sons to serve me as priests. Take a young bull and 2 rams with no defects. Then, using choice wheat flour and no yeast, make loaves of bread, thin cakes mixed with olive oil, and wafers spread with oil. Place them all in a single basket and present them at the entrance of the tabernacle, along with the young bull and the 2 rams. Present Ardor and his sons at the entrance of the tabernacle, and wash them with water. Dress Ardor in his priestly garments, the tunic, the robe worn with the ephod itself, and the chest piece. Then wrap the decorative sash of the ephod around him. Place the turban on his head and fasten the sacred medallion to the turban. Then anoint him by pouring the anointing oil over his head. Next, present his sons and dress them in their tunics. Wrap the sashes around the waists of Aaron and his sons, and put their special head coverings on them. Then, the right to the priesthood will be theirs by law forever. In this way, you will ordain Aaron and his sons. Bring the young bull to the entrance of the tabernacle, where Aaron and his sons will lay their hands on its head. Then slaughter the bull in the Lord's presence at the entrance of the tabernacle. Put some of its blood on the horns of the altar with your finger, and pour out the rest at the base of the altar. Take all the fat around the internal organs, the long lobe of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat around them, and burn it all in the altar. Then take the rest of the bull, including its hide, meat, and dung, and burn it outside the camp as a sin offering. Next, Aaron and his sons must lay their hands on the head of one of the rams. Then slaughter the lamb and splatter its blood against all sides of the altar. Cut the ram into pieces and wash off the internal organs and the legs. Set them alongside the head and the other pieces of the body. Then burn the entire animal on the altar. This is a burnt offering to the Lord. It is a pleasing aroma, a special gift presented to the Lord. Now, take the other ram and have Ardor and his sons lay their hand on its head. Then slaughter it! And apply some of its blood to the right earlobes of Aaron and his sons. Also put it on the thumbs of their right hands and the big toes of their right feet. Splatter the rest of the blood against all sides of the altar. Then take some of the blood from the altar and some of the anointing oil and sprinkle it on Aaron and his sons and on their garments. In this way, they and their garments will be set apart as holy. Right now, let me talk about the team real quick. Sure, who wants the lobotomy? Did I accidentally resize the window? No! There needs to be an option to walk the window. There has to be an option to walk the window, right? Store, move, minimize, max. No, there isn't. There isn't the option to walk the window. No! Wait, what? Alright. So, the team, we have the LCE, the LCCB, and the LCA. And I just Meursault to represent OCD. He's not really part of it. And I can't run Engdu because of the assistant manager Ishmael. So there's not really any except for Mirror Dungeon, especially like Raider Mirror Dungeon, is heavy reliant on status effects. Well, Limbus in general is like heavy reliant on status effects. Now there's dual status ones, but over here, actually, there's triple status over here. Triple status. But yeah, so I just want poise as general, since nothing here would really seem to work. I'd go for poise and try reverberations for tremor. Yeah, I thought maybe just a chicken wing. Just it's some rupture, just that's still free there and still free here. Also Gregor as well, but that's pretty unreliable for rupture. I say with the nerfed chicken wing, where it's only 3 procs per turn. So I would probably just go for poise and then focus on the version next. We have the technology version alliance with their stolen E.G.O deers. And since this is the ram for the anointment, the ordination of Aaron and his sons, take the fat of the ram, including the fat of the broad tail, the fat around the internal organs, the long lobe of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat around them, along with the right thigh. Then take 1 round loaf of bread, 1 thin cake mixed with olive oil, and 1 wafer from the basket of bread without yeast that was placed in the Lord's presence. Put all these in the hands of Aaron and his sons, to be lifted up as a special offering to the Lord. Afterwards, take the various breads from their hands and burn them on the altar along with the burnt offering. It is a pleasing aroma to the Lord, a special gift for him. Then, take the breast of Aaron's ordinated ram and lift it up in the Lord's presence as a special offering to him. Then keep it as your own portion. Set aside the portions of the ordination ram that belongs to Aaron and his sons. This includes the breast and the thigh that are lifted up before the Lord as a special offering. In the future, whenever the people of Israel lift up a peace offering, a portion of it must be set aside for Aaron and his descendants. This is their permanent right, and it is a sacred offering from the Israelites to the Lord. Aaron's sacred garments must be preserved for his descendants who succeed him, and they will wear them when they are anointed and ordained. The descendant who succeeds him as high priest will wear these robes for 7 days, as he ministers in the tabernacle and the holy place. Take the ram using the ordination ceremony and boil its meat in a sacred place. Then Aaron and his sons will eat this meat along with the bread in the basket at the tabernacle entrance. They alone may eat the meat and bread used for their purification. In the ordination ceremony, no one else may eat them, for these things are set apart and holy. If any of the ordination meat or bread remains until the morning, it must be burned. It may not be eaten, for it is holy. This is how you will ordain Aaron and his sons to their offices, just as I have commanded you. The ordination ceremony will go on for 7 days. Each day you must sacrifice a young bull as a sin offering to purify them. At the end of page 67, we go to page 68. making them right with the Lord. Afterward, cleanse the altar by purifying it. Make it holy by anointing it with oil. Purify the altar and consecrate it every day for 7 days. After that, the altar will be absolutely holy, and whatever touches it will become holy. These are the sacrifices you are to offer regularly on the altar. Each day, offer 2 lambs that are a year old, one in the morning and the other in the evening. With one of them, offer 2 torts of choice flour mixed with 1 tort of pure oil of pressed olives. Also offer 1 tort of wine as a liquid offering. Offer the other ram in the evening, along with the same offerings of flour and wine as in the morning. It will be a pleasing aroma, a special gift presented to the Lord. These burnt offerings are to be made each day from generation to generation. Offer them in the Lord's presence at the tabernacle entrance. There, I will meet with you and speak with you. I will meet the people of Israel there, in the place made holy by my glorious presence. Yes, I will consecrate the tabernacle and the altar, and I will consecrate Aaron and his sons to serve me as priests. Then I will live among the people of Israel and be their God. And they will know that I am the Lord, their God. I am the one who brought them out of the land of Egypt, so that I could live among them. I am the Lord, their God. Plans for the incense altar. 30. Then make another altar of acacia wood for burning incense. Make it 18 inches square and 36 inches high, with horns at the corners carved from the same piece of wood as the altar itself. Overlay the top, sides, and horns of the altar with pure gold, and run a gold molding around the entire altar. Make 2 gold rings and attach them on opposite sides of the altar below the gold molding to hold the carrying poles. Make the poles of acacia wood. No, how was I saying it before? Acacia wood. And overlay them with gold. Place the incense altar just outside the inner curtain that shields the Ark of the Covenant. In front of the Ark's cover, the place of atonement that covers the tablets inscribed with the terms of the covenant. I will meet you there. Every morning, when Aaron maintains the lamps, he must burn fragrant incense on the altar, and each evening, when he lights the lamps, he must again burn incense in the Lord's presence. This must be done from generation to generation. Do not offer any unholy incense on this altar, or any burnt offerings, grain offerings, or liquid offerings. Once a year, Aaron must purify the altar by smearing its horns with blood from the offering made to purify the people from their sin. This will be a regular annual event from generation to generation. For this is the Lord's most holy altar. Month for the tabernacle. Then the Lord said to Moses, whenever you take a census of the people of Israel, each man who is counted must pay a ransom for himself to the Lord. Then no plague will strike the people as you count them. Each person who is counted must give a small piece of silver as a sacred offering to the Lord. This payment is half a shekel. based on the sanctuary shekel, which equals 20 thereof. All who have reached their 20th birthday must give this sacred offering to the Lord. When this offering is given to the Lord to purify your lives, making you right with him, the rich must not give more than the specified amount, and the poor must not give less. Receive this ransom money from the Israelites, and use it for the tear of the tabernacle. It will bring the Israelites to the Lord's attention, and it will purify your lives. Plans for the washbin. Then the Lord said to Moses, make a bronze washbin with a bronze stand. Place it between the tabernacle and the altar, and fill it with water. Aaron and his sons will wash their hands and feet there. They must wash with water whenever they go into the tabernacle to appear before the Lord. And when they approach the altar to burn up their special gifts to the Lord, or they will die! They must always wash their hands and feet, or they will die! This is a permanent law for Aaron and his descendants to be observed from generation to generation. The anointing oil. Then the Lord said to Moses, select choice spices, 12.5 pounds of pure myrrh, 6 1/4 pounds of fragrant cinnamon, 6 1/4 pounds of fragrant Limbus, 12.5 pounds of cassia, as measured by the weight of the sanctuary shekel. Also that 1 gallon of olive oil, like a stilled incense maker. Blend these ingredients to make a holy anointing oil. Use this sacred oil to anoint the tabernacle, the Ark of the Covenant, the table and all its utensils, the lampstand and all its accessories, the incense altar, the altar of burnt offering and all its utensils, and the wash basin with its stand. Then, consecrate them to make them absolutely holy. After this, whatever touches them will also be holy. Anoint Aaron and his sons also, consecrating them to serve me as priests. And say to the people of Israel, this holy anointing oil is reserved for me from generation to generation. It must never be used to anoint anyone else, and you must never make any blend like it for yourselves. It is holy, and you must treat it as holy. Anyone who makes a blend like it or anoints someone other than a priest will be cut off from the community. I wonder if anyone was trying to make this in the modern day, just to have it like in a museum. Like we have recreated the oil, or is that bad biblically? I'm gonna search up some of these spices. I did not hear, or I don't know what was it? Thalamus and Cassia are. Okay, so thalamus is something from a plant, like a flowering plant, and then the cassia is from tree bark. Hopefully I got that right. I searched it up and I just immediately forgot both as well. Oh man, that's bad of me. Oh. Well, we have to go to the incense now once we get our next fiend pack. Maybe some toss. I'm broke. We're at 999 on the money. We have the implicit contract renewal. And then the Lord said to Moses, gather fragrant spices, resin droplets, mollusk shell, and galbanum, and mix these fragrant spices with pure frankincense. Weighed out in equal amounts. Using the usual techniques of the incense maker, blend the spices together and sprinkle them with salt to produce a pure and holy incense. Grind some of the mixture into a very fine powder and put it in front of the Ark of the Covenant, where I will meet with you in the tabernacle. You must treat this incense as most holy. Never use this formula to make this incense for yourselves. It is reserved for the Lord. And you must treat it as holy. Anyone who makes incense for this, like this, for personal use, will be cut off from the community. Craftsman, Bazal, and Olib, Olibab, no, Oholib, Olab, Bizalu, and Olab. Seems fine to say. That's probably pretty rude of me to say that as well, but okay. 31. Then the Lord said to Moses. Oh, we have to wait till the next fight now. Okay, sure. Look! I have specifically chosen Bezalel, son of Uri, grandson of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. I have filled him with the spirit of God, giving him great wisdom, ability, and expertise in all kinds of crafts. He is a master craftsman, expert in working with gold, silver, and bronze. He is skilled in engraving and mounting gemstones, and in carving wood. He is a master at every craft. And I have personally appointed Oliab, son of Ardimash, of the tribe of Dan, to be his assistant. Moreover, I have given special skill to all the gifted craftsmen, so they can make all the things I have commanded you to make. The tabernacle, the ark of the covenant, the ark's cover, the place of atonement, all the furnishing of the tabernacle, the table and its utensils, the pure gold lampstand with all its accessories, the incense altar, the altar of burnt offering with all its utensils, the washbin with its stand, the beautifully stitched garments, the sacred garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments for his sons to wear as a minister, as priests, the anointing oil, the fragrant incense for the holy place. The craftsman must make everything as I have commanded to you. Okay. Actually, it's communicated first. I was like, wait, no, that's commanded. So, alright. Let's hit the shop and then we'll resume the fight distorted Honheim. Now, we return to the instructions for the Sabbath. The Lord then gave these instructions to Moses. Tell the people of Israel to be careful to keep my Sabbath day, for the Sabbath is a sign of the covenant between me and you, from generation to generation. Oh, pardon me. Oh. It is given so you may know that I am the Lord, who makes you holy. You must keep the Sabbath day, for it is a holy day for you. Anyone who desecrates it must be put to death. Anyone who works on that day will be cut off from the community. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work. But the 7th day must be a Sabbath day of complete rest. A holy day dedicated to the Lord. Anyone who works on the Sabbath must be put to death. The people of Israel must keep the Sabbath day by observing it from generation to generation. Two generations? No, that's just the take one. This is a covenant obligation for all the people of Israel. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, but on the 7th day he stopped working and was refreshed. When the Lord finished speaking with Moses on Mount Sinai, he gave him the 2 stone tablets inscribed with the terms of the covenant, written by the finger of God. The Dole Tower 32. Oh man, I almost. Why would those speak? I almost. Oh. When the people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. Come on, they said. Make us some dogs who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt. So Aaron said, take the gold rings from the ear of your wives and sons and daughters and bring them to me. All the people took the gold rings from their ears and brought them to Aaron. Then Aaron took the gold, melted it down, and molded it into the shape of a tuft. When the people saw it, they exclaimed, "Oh, Israel! These are the gods who brought you out of the land of Egypt!" Aaron saw how excited the people were, so he built an altar in front of the tuft. Then he announced, "Tomorrow will be a festival to the Lord!" They got up early in the next morning to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. It's page 69, now to 70. After this, they celebrated with feasting and drinking, and they indulged in pagan revelry. The Lord told Moses, "Quick, go down the mountain! You people whom you brought from the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves." How quickly they turned away from the way I commanded them to live! They have melted down gold and made it tough, and they have bowed down and sacrificed to it. They're saying, "These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you out from the land of Egypt." Then the Lord said, "I have seen how stubborn and rebellious these people are. Now leave me alone, so my fierce anger can blaze against them, and I'll destroy them. Then I'll make you, Moses, into a great nation." But Moses tried to pacify the Lord his God. "Oh Lord," he said, "why are you so angry with your own people, whom you have brought from the land of Egypt with such great power and such a strong hand? Why, what the Egyptians say, their God rescued them with the evil intention of slaughtering them in the mountains and wiping them from the face of the earth? Turn away from your fierce anger. Change your mind about this terrible disaster you have threatened against your people. Remember your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You bound yourself with an oath to them, saying, 'I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars of heaven, and I will give them all this land that I have promised to your descendants, and they will possess it forever.'" So the Lord changed his mind about the terrible disaster he had threatened to bring on his people. Then Moses turned and went down the mountain. He held in his hands the two stone tablets inscribed with the terms of the covenant. They were inscribed on both sides, front and back. These tablets were God's work. The words on them were written by God himself. When Joshua heard of the boisterous noise of the people shouting down below, he explained to Moses, "It sounds like war in the camp." But Moses replied, "No, it's not a shout of victory nor the wailing of defeat. I hear the sound of a celebration." When they came near the camp, Moses saw the tuft and the dancing, and he burned with anger. He threw the stone tablets to the ground, smashing them at the foot of the mountain. He took the tuft they had made and burned it. Then he ground it into powder, threw it into the water, and forced the people to drink it. Finally, he turned to Aaron and demanded, "What did these people do to you to make you bring such a terrible sin upon them?" "Don't get upset, my lord," Aaron replied. "You yourself know how evil these people are. They said to me, 'Make us gods who will lead us.' We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt. So I told them, whoever has gold jewelry, take it off. When they brought it to me, I simply threw it into the fire and out-tamed this tuft." Moses saw that Aaron had let the people get completely out of control, much to the amusement of their enemies. So he stood at the entrance to the camp and shouted, "All of you who are on the Lord's side, come here and join me." And all the Levites gathered around him. Moses told them, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Each of you, take your swords and go back and forth from one end of the camp to the other. Kill everyone, even your brothers, friends, and neighbors." The Levites obeyed Moses' command, and about 3,000 people died that day. Then Moses told the Levites, "Today you have ordained yourselves for the service of the Lord, for you have obeyed him, even though it meant killing your own sons and brothers. Today you have earned a blessing." Well, didn't he witness it with not killing, and then He just also says a lot of stuff about, oh yeah, but if they do this, you have to kill them. Yeah, what are the specifics on their no-tilling thing? It's clearly, if it's something that deals with dead's, the Lord's stuff, it's fine. Okay, yes, you have to kill them, stone them to death. Or, in this case, sword them all. With swords. So, maybe some more clarification on that. Or Moses intercedes for Israel. Is way well. Remember, it's supposed to be a W. Is way well. Which is not what the letters say at all. It's those is wa, but it's supposed to be way. I searched online the pronunciation of this. It said there was a W, alright? So, it's supposed to be with a W. I can't keep messing that up. The next day, Moses said to the people, "You have committed a terrible sin. Now go back up to the Lord on the mountain. Perhaps I will be able to obtain forgiveness for your sin." So Moses turned to the Lord and said, "Oh, what a terrible sin these people have committed. They have made gods of gold for themselves. But now, if you will only forgive their sin, if not, erase my name from the record you have written." But the Lord replied to Moses, "No, I will erase the name of everyone who has sinned against me. Now go, lead the people to the place I told you about. Look, my angel will lead the way before you, and when I come to call the people to account, I'll certainly hold them responsible for their sins." Then the Lord sent a great plague upon the people because they had worshipped the calf that Aaron had made. There's no doubt the Aaron made. He worshipped the calf Aaron made. 33. The Lord said to Moses, "Get going, you and the people you brought up from the land of Egypt. Go up to the land I swore to give Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." I told them, "I will give this land to your descendants, and I will send an angel before you to drive out the Canaanites, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hittites, and Jebusites. Go up to this land that flows with milk and honey. But I will not travel among you, for you are a stubborn and rebellious people. If I did, I would surely destroy you along the way." That's not very trustworthy. Actually, maybe it is more trustworthy saying that, oh yeah, if I traveled with a few people, I would end up killing you all. So, yeah, that's quite a questionable characteristic, I must say. Of course, what it showed here is that these people are, they immediately went out for the calf because they couldn't have patience. Like, we don't know what happened that day, boss. Out of Egypt, give us all those miraculous signs. So maybe there's a point. I would have to give this to Dodd actually. Yeah, he has a point that traveling with them, he might want to eradicate them. Oops. That sounds bad to say, doesn't it? But all the Bible has shown so far is that, yes, the dominant person of the... How many are even left of them, actually? Since they, killed a bunch of them, 3,000. I don't know how many in total there were. Richard probably said it when they first left Egypt, how many. But it says that only the Levites, sided with Moses. So I think they killed all the other tribes? Or is it just generalizing? Wait. Yeah, just the Levites. Yeah. And they killed everyone that wasn't one of the Levites. Only the Levites went to Moses. So what's the point for those jewels for the 12 tribes when they just wiped out the other 11 tribes? I have more questions, than stuff that's actually answered in this book. Wow. Of course, this wouldn't have actually been questions if I hadn't read the book and like, oh, you just, wow. Okay, that's questions, I'm too tired to do any sort of actual thinking about this. When the people heard those stern words, they went into mourning and stopped wearing their jewelry and fine clothes. For the Lord had told Moses to tell them, "You are a stubborn and rebellious people. If I were to travel with you for even a moment, I would destroy you. Remove your jewelry and fine clothes while I decide what to do with you." So, from the time they left Mount Sinai, the Israelites wore no jewelry or fine clothes. It was Moses' practice to take the tent of meeting and set it up some distance from the camp. Everyone who wanted to make a request of the Lord would go to the tent of meeting outside the camp. Whenever Moses went out to the tent of meeting, all the people would get up and stand in the entrance of their own tents. They would all watch Moses until he disappeared inside. As he went into the tent, the pillar of cloud would come down and hover at its entrance, while the Lord spoke with Moses. When the people saw the cloud standing at the entrance of the tent, they would stand and bow down in front of their own tents. Inside the tent of meeting, the Lord would speak to Moses face to face as one speaks to a friend. Afterward, Moses would return to the camp, but the young man who assisted him, Joshua, the son of Nun, would remain behind in the tent of meeting. Moses sees the Lord's glory. One day Moses said to the Lord, "You have been telling me, take these people up to the promised land, but you haven't told me whom you will send with me. You have told me, I know you by name, and I look favorably on you. If it is true that you look favorably on me, let me know your ways, so I may understand you more fully and continue to enjoy your favor. And remember that this nation is your very own people." He means all of this. Wait, hold on. I win rated the first turn. What happened? Well, you know what this means. We just E.G.O spam. Alright. It's wrong for 30. Sure. Let me put a special tremor on there. We're into Nightmare, anyone? Yep. And Brilliant Worry, did it flowing. Hopeless on that. Well, you did to do Ardor Blossom. Ardor Blossom stock. That's something breakable. It's fine. Fourth match frame. Versus Trojan. Guard. Who's that attack? Actually, I don't have to guard then. Do one-sided into sunset. Yeah, sure. The Lord replied, "I will personally go with you, Moses, and I will give you rest. Everything will be fine for you." Then Moses said, "If you don't personally go with us, don't make us leave this place. How will anyone know that you look favorably on me and on your people? If you don't go with us, for your presence among us sets your people and me apart from all other people on the earth." The Lord replied to Moses, "I will indeed do what you have asked, for I look favorably on you, and I know you by name." Moses responded, "And show me your glorious presence." The Lord replied, "I will make all my goodness pass before you, and I will call out my name, Yahweh, before you. For I will show mercy to anyone I choose, and I will show compassion to anyone I choose. But you may not look directly at my face, for no one may see me and live." The Lord continued, "Look, stand near me on this rock. As my glorious presence passes by, I will hide you in the crevice of the rock and cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will remove my hand and let you see me from behind, but my face will not be seen." 34. A new copy of the Covenant. And I think we can stop here because we are on the final fight here. So I want to stop, I don't have to stop for the next one midway through one of the parts. So let me just see how long this 34 one is. Yeah, it's too long for me to finish up in a single fight. So we'll stop there, reading over some water, still fighting Jom Yop. Jom Yop. Rodion's Dawn. Okay. The team actually play through their thing. They're at 5. Are they multi-coin phase now? No, they're not. Okay, that was straight rough there, but since it's single coin, we have to get that higher low. Base power minus 6.5 plus 1. That low. So we have to go and flash with this. We have Ryoshū hit into that. I think Blade Singer here as well, so we sing to that now. That's fine. You still have Tremor, you still have Tremor Fracture on them. They have Burn built up from Faust. And then he's still over here. And then we can also shoot them more. Yay! You need Sandy though, Ishmael. So I used E.G.O last turn. Oh. Well, there's not much except for the reason why I started reading the Bible while Limbus while playing Limbus Tumpany because you have to do a lot for the achievements. So it's just like really like boring just sitting here doing nothing or having like playing something else on the phone or reading to myself. So it's like, wait, what if I read for content on YouTube? And then much better than having to actually like do the mirror dungeons. And that's sinking on them. Oh, and also the target as well, which is the only enemy in here. Wow, they have burn and that bleed from the rusted muzzle. 117 damage from Song over there. They have 8-2. Okay. Okay, now they're in multi-toying? Yeah, so now I need to put that higher. They're at 1. Oh. And they're using enemies, so it doesn't matter here. Oh, it doesn't matter now. Sure, it doesn't matter. Well, if I'm going to AoE, I'm going to use Yi-Song for protection, alright? Just because I probably should do that. Some bounce as soon as set everyone's SP back up, because this is going to be it's another E.G.O spam turn, I guess. Use Regret as well on that. Let me see, I could use AEDD. Nah, let's use this for the paralyzed, I guess. They're at 45 anyway. So best to just some more on it. Let's just invade that as well. Nah. What did hit? I want to see how many will die from it. That sounds bad to say, doesn't it? I want to see how many will die from this hit. Yeah, that sounds very bad to say. Oh man. I don't even need to use Ledger. Alright. One for even did a stagger here. I don't know. Alright, still attack. All Unbreakables going into Meursault there. I should have done Regret last turn and then the Blade Singer this turn. Always to build some Regret by getting hit by Unbreakables. That's a lot of bleed, isn't it? Yeah, there's also stagger, I guess. I probably should have just went all damage then. Wait, are they actually staggered, or is it like one of those? Okay, there's actual stagger. Okay, that's good. I have some shower, doesn't throw staggered enemy. It's not the best thing to be doing, but okay, sure. Yeah, I really got thrown off because of those fake staggers on the House of Spiders. Oh man. I really do not need to drop Blind Obsession here either. But, oh, it's there now anyway. Yeah, really weird. I'm surprised that this team was able to clear it like this fast, besides the final stage of course. Because usually it takes longer. No. Are they at 40? Man, the Saber? 40? I think that's 40. Can't really tell from all of the numbers there. Yep, stack 40. Alright. Use your thing. Use the Trojan. 53 SP use. Trojan here. 53 SP use. Use Trojan here. 38 SP use. Sure. Wonder which one was the final hit. I have no idea. I have no idea which one will. Spamming everything. Overclock. Whoa, overclock. Oh. I don't have the wrath? Oh, that's fine now. Okay, okay. It was just there's a Faust there. Use everlasting then. Just use everlasting. That way, isn't someone not on it? No, it should be on. There, though. All right. Okay, come on, Gregor. I want no heads here. Very hitting tails. Oh, actually, the sunshine was actually helpful to the swath. Oh, I wasn't even intending for that. Wow, I did not think a turn ahead. Oh, that's close. That was close. Gregor, no. And then Yi-Song, the absolute failure that he is, hits heads, but is it enough? It 10 to 200 something damage? Oh, it probably can. There's still one more animation. Yeah. It's over. I wasn't even intending for that swath like buffs going into Unbrilliant Glory. No, I'm not bringing the Limbus Company team into Extreme, alright? Of course it was Gregor. I really went to charge Dwarves just because I'm going to have him spam his enchanted still free too, alright? Of course it was going to be Gregor. Surprisingly, Faust did more than Outis. Then there was Ryōshū, you saw Rodion, and Meursault at the end, and then from my just building the SP earlier. I didn't really need to build the SP actually, as all the checks were just for the actual team. And you see all my E.G.O diffs there, you see my packs there, it's the results, the timestamp. Oh man, I'm a bit tired. I want to play more 10 on. Negative 196. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's exactly. I was planning to lose. Honestly, is this enough for the EXP tickets? So I have to do more runs. I'm gonna do a live stream where I'm trying one. I'm trying one near dungeon bonus. Oh, so I have to do another run. It would be great if to be farming the event with the new Dawn Office identities that unfortunately are probably going to be Tremor, Burn Tremor. Why? Because I feel like it just makes it like less like. Because usually, like in the past, the dual status ones are, like sometimes like random, like Tremor Rodion, but then most times there's like the P-Quad, and then Tremor Storch or just Burn and Tremor was more of like, oh yeah, that's the Eastern Thumb. Now just okay, let's just throw it on these Dawn Office. No, it just makes it feel less of like a, you know, special things. Like everyone has to be dual status now. Let's make these two Dawn Office Walprugis Tremor, throw Tremor in. Yeah, it just makes me not excited for them. Also, they changed Salvador's like big still from single coin to like 4 coins, I think. It's just not what I know a lot of people will like it, but it just leaves a bad taste. Yeah, maybe I will try to do these. Usually I just buy normals and I save these expensive ones for later, but if I just do one more, she would get that. Maybe I'll just have to do, yeah, for them, for YC, it's probably still like a standard. Maybe Rupture? I haven't done Rupture in a while, actually. If I check my achievements over here, I have to get the have achievements for having like the damage types, the months. Fiend Packs of Aegis, probably not that. That charge is too slow, I'm gonna be honest here. Charge is too slow. Swash, Pierce, and what? That's it? Is time Bok-Gak with the yeah, I can do Tremor then, sure. In any case, I've been Lavdium. Oh, what's this Tremor team? Bye.